and the pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Be seated. Okay. The chairman, Paul Baum, is not with us this evening. I am John Gilstrap. I am the vice chairman, and I will chair our meeting today. The first item on our agenda is the 15 Park Avenue case, which is an amended application of Abraham Levy on behalf of 15 Park Ave LLC for area variances from FAR Law Section 200-24.1b to permit construction of a single-family dwelling which will exceed maximum floor area ratio and will have less than the minimum rear setback and more than the maximum lot coverage. The property located at SR 10 zoning district and identified on the tax map as a tax lot 202-2-11.1 on the town of Monroe tax map known as 15 Park Avenue. The applicant has prepared a new proposal since when we last met in December. The original proposal was not approved, and that has been shared with the board. However, in the absence of the chairman and one of our other members, we have only 4 members tonight who could hear the case, as I myself am recused in this particular case. So it is our custom on the zoning board to offer applicants the option of adjourning until a later date under circumstances such as these. And I have been advised that the applicant would prefer to adjourn until a later date, but maybe, sir, you could give us a word on this.
Yes, Mitchell Mayer. I represent 15 Park Avenue. In our petition, been in front of the board now for over a year. We've had the ons and goings with this case, some negative, some very positive. At this point, we do have a new submission. That submission is based upon the square footage for the home of 1725. That's down from over 3,000, from 2,500 down to 1725, which I believe is the 10% over the set amount by code. At this point, I know I'm looking forward to moving forward with a vote. However, due to the fact that we don't have a full board here, knowing how close our vote was last time, even though I think we've addressed everything, that would then bring hopefully other members to voting positively for that square footage change from what's currently there. So I would ask for an adjournment. I believe I was told March 10th is a date that is available, and if the board is open to have us again back on March 10th, hopefully with the full board at that time, that would be my application.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Okay, so then I ask the board, can we, well, I'll make a motion that we adjourn until the March 10th meeting to hear 15 Park Avenue. Do I have a second? Thank you, Dan. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so thank you again. We'll see you again in March.
One quick question that I'll mention to your client. I noticed on the plans there was no proposed porch in the rear or deck in the rear, and I'm just concerned that he just not sure if he wants to add one or not, because that's a consideration we should have. If he doesn't want one, let him know that we're just going to put on the plans that no deck is to be added unless he's thinking about it and just hasn't decided yet. So he should put those on the plans, because I know they're removing the existing deck that's there for the yard coverage and whatnot. So I don't want it to be one of those things. I can't imagine new construction not having it nowadays. Everybody just pops a deck on. So if he specifically doesn't want it, just to let us know, bring that up.
Would the deck have to actually be showing on
Yes,
the drawings
please.
for the square footage or the property? I understand.
No, we're talking about, we're asking for a variance also for a rear setback as well, so.
Right, and I'm least from what my architect is saying, that he was able to place the property now, based on the size of having a second floor,
Right.
on the same footprint as the prior one.
Right.
So I don't know whether or not we need to actually address the variances or not. That's something that you guys, we can further discuss, but at least from what we see, it's a non-conforming property in by itself right now.
No, he's actually, according to this, look at this. Come here.
Well,
If you look at this plan right here,
Right.
see this crosshatch mark? That's the original building. This new one shows a whole new footprint.
Correct, but I think either side, it meets, it's in compliance.
The rear.
Right, and the rear is actually,
But you're right,
Along.
you're changing it. You want the whole new footprint.
but Dan,
Yeah.
maybe hold it until March. Hopefully, we'll have the chairman here, and he
Well,
might
I
be
just
interested
wanted-
in your thoughts
I just
also.
wanted to know whether it's permissible.
the
or not,
plan- the
and
plan-
the deck if he wants it.
Ought to show everything.
Make sure he shows everything on there, because we'll make sure whatever's on there is gonna be, if it's approved, we'll make
Okay.
stipulations that whatever's there is there.
I'll speak to the architect and my client, and
Okay.
I believe that you're correct. A rear deck is normally formally part of a home that would be
Right.
built in this general area, and I would have to then resubmit, then the drawings in appropriate time for that next year.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate your comments. Thank you. David.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay.
A lot of things are snuck in at the last minute. I just wanna make sure we have the
Not a bad
opportunity to
point.
assess it.
Sure, these numbers match.
No, this is what I needed.
1725, this says 1750, 10% is 1705.
No.
I understand. We have to discuss it
right.
later on. We already adjourned it, so we can't technically discuss it all, so. But
But I'm gonna look for that now.
I'm telling you, it's right on there. Right.
Okay.
I remember last
Um,
meeting, all of the numbers, I know. All right.
Our next item, minutes from December. Has everybody had an opportunity to have a look at December's minutes?
Yes.
No, I did
Heard,
not. and
I
I'm
had
not gonna
a
look at
yes. Okay,
it. I wasn't there, so I'm
yeah,
abstaining.
then I think, how about the others? Shall we, does anybody have any amendments to the minutes of December? They are, as that was a rather compact meeting, they are concise.
To say the least.
I think that one could get through them quickly. Does anybody have any suggestions to correct these minutes? Or can we go ahead with what we have here? Okay. I will say the minutes look right to me, so I move that we accept the minutes of December 9th as drafted. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Elizabeth. All in favor?
I,
Okay, and with Dan abstaining on that, and I think that then is that 4 and 1 abstention. So everybody in favor and just Dan abstaining, Eleanor? Okay. Now, we have decisions as our next items. I believe there were some amendments that Paul intended to get to you. And
Paul mentioned something today in an email to me, whether or not I had forwarded the corrected decisions,
yeah,
but somehow
you have not received those.
I didn't. Yeah, something is lost either on my
Okay.
end or I don't. Something was lost in the
Yeah.
ether world or Ethernet or whatever. I didn't see the corrections or the amendments.
Yeah,
I'm happy to make those. As soon as I see them, I brought them with me. I have them uploaded here, but
yeah, that is a shame, but as I remember it, Paul had the only corrections to be made, and I have no knowledge of what they were.
yeah, I'll connect with him tomorrow. I did try to connect with him this afternoon. We just couldn't connect in time for this meeting. I'm wondering if you, well, it wouldn't be part of the public record. I was trying to problem solve and say, could you make a motion to adopt them subject to the corrections? But it's, I don't know, that's a
Without
little,
knowing them, I don't know what the
you don't have them in front of you, so
We need to review the
maybe
corrections.
March, maybe the March.
Yeah, we need to, so we
Yeah.
gotta adjourn that to, I'll make a motion to adjourn it to the next meeting. We have to, we have no chance, table, I should say.
Yeah, I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but I don't know what else
We have
we
no
could
choice,
do.
Honestly, I could have been more proactive on that and reaching out to Paul earlier. I hadn't heard, so I assumed like they were fine.
Well,
So-
you know, we're a newly reconstituted team, and we will find our rhythm, I'm sure, in due course. But I think that is what we must do in this case. So that brings us to old business. I don't see anything marked as old business. Eleanor, what would old business be? Do you have any an awareness of any old business that was before us?
Not at this time.
Okay. Then let's move on. We have some new business, new applications coming
Ask you
in.
something, the
Yeah,
adoption
Elizabeth.
of written decision for 330 Stage Road?
Well,
Skipping it?
no, I suppose you're quite right. Let's return to that because I think we need a motion there as well. The issue again, I think is that there
Correction.
may have been corrections which have not been
Okay,
So we haven't been
made
able to review it.
available
okay.
to our attorney.
So I'll make a motion to table that to the next meeting.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. We have new business. A 59 Gilbert Street application for relief. 546 Route 17M and 581 Route 17M relating to a dumpster setback. Eleanor, do you have any thing you want to tell us about what remains with these applications?
Sure. I just received, I was waiting for the certificate of resolution for 581. I did receive it just before this meeting, so I am yet to review it. And they also, both applications need to update their narrative because they were.
Both, now we have three, so which ones are you?
Right. I was referring to 546 and 581.
Mm-hmm.
And then also 546 Route 17M needs to update the building inspector a decision letter, denial letter.
Oh, yeah, we would certainly need that. And what is the status of 59 Gilbert?
59 Gilbert, I'm also pending some documents. I don't have it right in front of me to
Okay.
specify, but
Okay.
I am still holding on that.
So it sounds like, well, that the 2 Route 17Ms are likely for next month? Or,
I hope so, yes.
yeah, and 59, we don't quite know.
I have to discuss it with
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah, okay.
so.
And these haven't,
Quick, do you know what the relief they're asking for on the 546 is?
Well,
I mean, there's an area a variance rendered dumpster on, that's easy enough to understand, but I'm just curious is it as simple to explain or not? Like area variance, lot area
I
coverage,
think,
setback?
I forwarded to Mark, so I think he'd be better off explaining it than me.
Sure. So, thank you. It appears that 546, is that what you're asking about?
Correct.
So it's a vacant lot. They want to use it as some construction vehicle storage and equipment storage. It's in the GB district. That particular use
It's prohibited.
is not, well, it's just not listed. It's not listed as
Oh,
a
okay, so
as
it's not-
permitted
It's not
principal
permitted or it's not
or an
prohibited,
accessory.
I got you,
or even a special permit.
I got you.
So right now, it looks like they might have to ask for a use variance. But, so I don't know.
They want to store temporarily construction equipment while they're constructing.
Well, I don't know about, I'd be hesitant to use the word temporary. I think they want to use that as like a yard, like for in support of their business. I mean, if it was like let's say a roadway project and they wanted to use it during construction,
That's what I was wondering.
then that's,
So this is as a permanent use, as an accessory to a business.
That's what it appears to be, but we have something of an incomplete application so far. I don't have a principal points brief or something like that.
That explains it. Any
it's-
idea what the 59 one is now? Because I just needed a quick cursory.
Right, just to wrap up the 546, I think the building department has identified right now that it is a use variance, but that, I believe that's still going back and forth. No one wants to come in and ask for a use variance, I know
Figure
that.
out what type of variance it is, but it's
But-
essentially they want to put construction equipment there.
581, I didn't see that application yet, but I think it's a pretty simple, like a dumpster placement.
Dumpster
That
setback.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
space variance.
What I have here?
And it's a different property.
59 Gilbert's a little bit more interesting. That counsel to the village planning board had written a summary memo. As part of her summary memo, Ms. Cassidy, Elizabeth Cassidy, she had identified that this business is looking to build a permanent structure. So she had classified both buildings, and I would agree with this interpretation, as two separate structures, meaning one principal structure and one ancillary structure. That triggers variances relating to lot size, impervious coverage, things of that nature. The applicant's taking a position that it should be considered one structure, and they wanted to come to this board to appeal council's memorandum.
For determination?
Well, it gets a little tricky here because counsel to a board, to a planning board, it's not a final decision. It's not an order. It's not a decision. It's really just legal advice for the board to make a decision.
That would
So-
be a new one.
It is somewhat. I was scratching my head over this.
What do you
one.
think about that one, Counselor? Should we be empowered to override the legal advice of any lawyer?
Absolutely not. No. Most of the time, yes,
It
probably.
wouldn't be overriding, it's just advice. We just,
Well, you're being asked to overrule council's interpretation, but it's not really appealable. It's not a
That's what I'm saying.
reviewable.
Wouldn't the board first have to rule based on the advice, and then
Well,
we'd have to?
Okay, so safe to say there's some homework to be
Yeah,
done
yeah. I
on
mean, we
this
have to get
one.
into
So
the
this is
Yeah.
probably not going to be in front of us next month, most likely.
So the
One never
applicant, I think, is going smartly, is what I would have done too. The applicant, I think, is going back to the building inspector and trying to get the building inspector to issue an amended
A decision.
Some
determination.
determination.
Yeah.
That's, you can sink your teeth into that, 9 times
Was
from
it some
Sunday.
famous lawyer said, give me
Okay.
an appeal on paper? Give me a decision on paper that I can appeal?
I don't know.
Yeah, whenever. Yeah.
That sounds like something a lawyer would
Well,
say.
we get to overrule the lawyers, Dan, so you could,
No,
you
that's
said
on
it
paper.
yourself.
Give them a
So.
decision. Like once you have it
That's,
on paper, once it's a decision, then you can.
Okay, so
Appeal it or
some
not.
interesting background.
Yeah.
Where is 59 out of curiosity? I can't picture it in my head. 59.
Burger King? By Chase?
Is that right near Burger King?
Oh, yeah.
Right behind it?
Is that the
It's
old?
right
Yes.
before.
Is that the florist between
Yeah.
that?
Like when you make
the
that
full
left
back?
before the Burger King.
All right,
Yeah.
I thought so because my friend lives right past that, and they go.
Well-
What kind of business?
Okay, so
I
more.
believe it's a sprinkler
What is
installation.
this 546 kind of business, that they're looking for a lot, what is it, a lumberyard?
Wait, so
No, they have a vacant lot, and they want to convert. There's a gravel area, and they want to start to store.
Like what type of construction? Road construction, like heavy
No,
equipment?
well, it didn't list that. My impression, and maybe I jumped to conclusions, was like more like backhoe type of thing, like sort of like general contracting
Right.
I'm
kind
trying
of
to think of the
stuff.
gravel area that you're
The
talking about.
materials and the application should be with us before very long, so
Yeah, it's definitely incomplete at this point.
look forward to
So
that.
we haven't
everybody.
received these applications?
No,
yet?
you have not received any of these just yet.
Wait, so
and
59
I
is the
think-
sprinkler place or the florist right next to it?
The 59 Gilbert is the building is in support of the sprinkler business.
Okay, so that's the building like right up by the road.
I don't know. I haven't been out there. I didn't do a site visit yet.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay.
They are.
Because there's some funkiness going on. There's buildings behind. There's like an access road that kind of loops around. There's like 3 commercial buildings and residential back there and stuff. It's a funky thing going on. That's what I was trying to picture it.
I think with this business, they can't have the material stored outside. The pipes would rust or something. You know, they can't have the fittings. It's got to be an internal storage, and they put up a tent actually, a temporary
I see all
tent.
that is behind the sprinkler business. I see all that stuff that they have up on the
Yeah.
hill. It looks like.
But more to come on these
Gotcha.
applications.
Alrighty, thank you. I just wanted an idea. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I did
All
too.
right, thank you, Dan.
Okay, now.
Okay, then, I think Sadly, that is the end of our business for this evening.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Dan. Do we have a second for that?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Elizabeth. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody. And yeah, let's do it again